Hello to my fellow history lovers and people that think if I learn something new, it will be a good day. This is short. It's one question, but the answer was more complicated than it at first seemed. And I will see if you learned something like I did. All right, so this was this fairly straightforward question. It says in 1767, the Townshend Acts imposed import duties on glass, lead, paper, paint, and which distinct commodity? Is it A, tobacco, B, tea, or C, cotton? And if you said B, T, you would be correct. And so here's their kind of straightforward answer, and then I'm going to delve in a little bit because I didn't know this. So the answer, Charles Townshend designed these two duties to pay the salaries of royal governors and judges, making them independent of colonial control. That was the first question I thought. In what way were they not independent of colonial control? We'll get to that in 1 second. And then it says the revenue scheme led to widespread boycotts and the eventual occupation of Boston by British troops. All the duties except one were repealed by 1770. And I thought, well, going back to again, like in what way were they not independent? And so I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that these judges and governors, as you know, are appointed by the king. But, and this was huge, and I didn't realize it, the power of the purse, so to speak, is in the hands of the colonists. So organizations like the House of Burgesses in Virginia, the Massachusetts, I forget what they were called, but kind of something similar, they decide it's in their control to pay these judges and these governors. So if a governor should say enforce a law, an unpopular British law on the colonists would just withhold his pay or delay it until maybe he came around to thinking a little more like they did. There was also the problem of smugglers. We've talked about that before. And some of these judges are hesitant to convict smugglers because, again, the judges, the power of the purse, are being paid by the colonists. So a big part of this, and one thing that's fun about this is you keep digging deeper and deeper and you see there's much more, many more layers to all of it. And anyway, that was my question for you today. And I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you tomorrow.